Rebel Volleyball is on.
What a barn burner we have here tonight. Rich leading 16-15, set and match point for the third time. Kendall Staple to serve. Staple down the line. Giles passes up into the net. A Crawford drop in Randolph's service ace.
The 2019 season starts a new chapter of Rich High Volleyball as Coach Wendy Lamborn takes the reins and leads the Rebels onto the court.
It's stuffed. Epic recreation block of the game by Eliana Brown.
Crank up the volume and join us for Rich Rebel Volleyball.
Stacy back corner, perfect spot.
On Rebel Radio, KADQ FM 98.3 with live streaming video online at mylocalradio.com.
Brown sets high and outside. Hatch hits down the line, back corner, she got it in there. And the Rebels win on a Bear Lake Realty kill from Sydney Hatch.
Today's broadcast is brought to you by West Star Printing and Rocky Mountain Sign, the Come On In of Casper, by Auto Farm Chevrolet, the Bear Lake Convention and Visitors Bureau, Plains Tire, Evanston Regional Hospital, Cash Honda Yamaha of Cache Valley, and by mylocalradio.com.
The Eagles barely get to it, but it's stuffed. There's your epic recreation block of the game. Sage Tingy read that perfectly.
And now, Rich High Volleyball fans.
Wallenstein, a laser that hits the top of the net, rolls over the top and in. A fourth service ace in 5 serves by Allie Wallenstein.
Pull on your lucky socks, set your seat to full recline, and get ready to cheer on your Rebels as we head courtside to join the play-by-play voice of the Rebels, Ryan STEINECKERT.
Good afternoon. Welcome to Utah Valley University in the UCCU Center. It's state tournament time, and the Rebels open things up today against a familiar opponent, the Manila Mustangs. Rich and Manila, first serve scheduled for 20 minutes from now. In the meantime, the pregame show brought to you by the town of Randolph. The mayor, board members, and town clerk wish the Rebels good luck. We'll hear from them and then set the scene for today's match of Rich Rebel Volleyball on the Wildlife at mylocalradio.com.
Established in 1870, Randolph, Utah is home to the Rich Rebels, to hardy people of high character, and to values of dedication, honesty, hard work, education, and respect for self and others. Randolph is also home to friendly folks who love their families, their town, and their neighbors. Count yourself a neighbor whenever you visit Randolph, Utah. Mayor Lynn Weston and the Town Council of Randolph wish the Rich Rebels good luck and invite you to visit anytime.
In today's world, with so many places to shop and so many options to choose from, sometimes you have to boil it down to one simple question: where do I get treated the best? At Cash Honda Yamaha in Logan, we work hard to make sure every customer knows how much we appreciate them. We love what we do, and we believe in the products we sell. Our goal is to build a lasting friendship with every customer so we can serve you and your family for generations. Visit us today, Cash Honda Yamaha, 3765 US 91, Hyde Park, Utah.
Back at the Utah Valley University UCCU Center, Ryan STEINECKERT here, and as has been the case ever since we started doing video streaming at mylocalradio.com, once we get to state tournament time, unless we've won the bid, we cannot do a video stream. We didn't win the bid once again this year. Looking to do that and maybe video stream. One of the challenges with video streaming is that they sell the bid, or they auction off the bid for the 2A and 1A state tournaments, and it's a 4-court process. So for all that equipment is a huge process for My Local Radio to try and put together, and all that equipment is a limiting factor, to be quite honest. But we're here at the Utah Valley University UCCU Center, and let's move along in our Town of Randolph pregame show to the Rich County 4-H scene set. Rich County 4-H, empowering young people with the skills to lead for a lifetime. We need to move along quickly because we've got interviews from both coaches, and then this match is scheduled to start right at 4 o'clock. Mustangs, the I guess, the visiting team on the bracket. They come in at 12-9 overall. They went 2-4 in Region 22, and their most recent win in the play-in round, they beat Dugway, a game that Coach Camille Clegg says, well, we didn't play very well, but we knew we could beat them pretty easily. So I think mentally the girls just didn't come out real fired up, and they still won 3-0. Rich Rebels had a bye in that play-in round, so the Rebels' last match was at home against North Summit. 2 close sets, and then a miscommunication from one of the officials, some confusion, a mistake on the rotation, and that third set didn't go very well for the Rebels. But Rich finished 19-11 overall, 7-1 in Region 22, won a region title, but come in as the number 5 ranked team in the RPI. Now, that's a big discrepancy from if you're looking at the Max Preps rankings, but Utah High School Activities Association, of course, goes with the RPI. We'll cover that more, compare that a little bit further later on in our pregame show. That is your scene set. Let me do one more quick item. These two teams have met twice this year. The Rebels are 2-0 against the Mustangs, swept them both times this year, and Rich is 23-0 overall against the Mustangs on my Laketown ledger, which goes back to the 2008 year. Manila with no state championships in its history, and this is its first trip to the state tournament since 2013. So the Mustangs excited to be here. Your scene set has been brought to you by Rich County 4-H, empowering young people with the skills to lead for a lifetime. The Stacy's Repair Coaches Show is next on the Wildlife and MyLocalRadio.com. In 4-H, we believe young people have the power and influence to improve the world around us. With hands-on learning and education programs, 4-H members pledge their head to clearer thinking, their heart to greater loyalty, their hands to larger service, and their health to better living. To learn more about 4-H in Rich County, stop by our office in the county building in Randolph or give us a call at 435-793-2435. 4-H, empowering young people with the skills to lead for a lifetime. You rely on your vehicle every day. Make sure your ride gets the best service, repairs, and maintenance possible. Stacy's Repair in Woodruff provides the highest quality, the latest technology, and the newest equipment to give your vehicle the absolute best auto care available. Family owned and operated since 1992, your friends at Stacy's Repair promise to always deliver value and outstanding, honest, and knowledgeable service, regardless of repair size or difficulty. Stacy's Repair, the ones who truly care. With Camille Clegg, head coach of the Manila Mustangs. Coach, 12-9 overall this season is what I could see. Is that correct?
Yes, that's correct.
How do you feel about the way the season's gone, wins and losses, and how the girls are playing?
I thought it was a pretty good season. We started off a little stronger than we ended, although I felt like we played a little better at the end, just the way our schedule lined up. It was overall a pretty good season for us.
When Rich played at your place about a month ago, you had kind of shifted lineups a little bit, and you were trying to get used to that change. How has that worked out?
It's worked out really good. If I remember right, I think that was our first game that we ran our new lineup. So that's always a learning curve. Right now, I feel like I'm playing to the strength of all of the girls that I have.
Talk about that strength. What are you doing better with this rotation?
I pulled one of my girls that was playing an outside hitter, and she's liberoing for us because she's really come along with her passes. So that's good. We're primarily running all our hits through 2 different hitters. We got a really good libero. Our setter's doing awesome. She's 5'10", 5'11". It's awesome. She's getting a ton of blocks. I feel like the girls have come together. They're playing the best they can right now.
That's where you want to be, coming to state, playing the best you can. Tell me about your win last week over Dugway in the play-in round.
Dugway, that was a fairly easy game for us. Going into it, it was hard to give it your all because we knew it would be somewhat easy, and that's frustrating because as a coach, you want to be using that to get ready for state. We did not play our best. We actually, our body language was terrible. Our chemistry was terrible. It was frustrating. We got the win at the end of the night, but this week we've really worked on that mental toughness and what you need to look like on the state court in order to play your best.
How have you seen a correlation between how well practice goes during the week and how your girls play in the matches? Do you see a connection there?
Oh, it's huge. For some reason, after a weekend, I always think, okay, now we're ready to take it to the next level. Mondays are always the worst practice of the week, and I always come out of Mondays frustrated. But it does seem like we have kind of down weeks in practice when the girls are just not mentally tough and you're like, do you care? What's the deal here? I feel like this week they've really stepped up and come together as a team, and I feel like they're ready to give it their all.
Your thoughts on taking on the Rich Rebels in the first round?
That was a little frustrating. It is what it is. We're happy to be here. We haven't been to state for a few years, so we're happy to be here. It's tough to have to play one of your region opponents that you've had a tough time against all year. But it is what it is, and I told the girls, every point's a reset. Give it all you've got. Don't make it easy, and maybe you'll find a crack, because every team can win and every team can lose, so don't make it easy.
What when you saw Rich, you said to have to play another region opponent, and you've struggled with them this year. What is it they do that gives you guys a hard time?
Mentally, it's Rich. I mean, they've always been tough for us. First time we played, I felt like their serves were hard for us. We weren't passing very well. I think our passing has improved. When we played at home, it was a fresh lineup, and that was hard. I feel like right now, if we do what we've practiced all week, I think we can compete on the court.
Coach, anything else you want to touch on?
Nope, I think that's it.
Camille Clegg of the Manila Mustangs, thanks so much for your time. Good luck here at State.
All right, thanks, Ryan.
Thanks so much, Coach Clegg. This is the Wendy Lamborn Coaches Show, brought to you by Stacy's Repair. Need a repair? Take it to the ones who truly care. We're about 10 minutes away from the opening serve in today's match, second round of state tournament play. Rich Rebels versus the Manila Mustangs. The winner will play Paiute or Whitehorse, whoever wins between them. That match going on at the same time as Rich versus Manila. Stay tuned. We'll hear from Coach Wendy Lamborn when we return on the Wildlife and MyLocalRadio.com.
Ralph Waldo Emerson said, "Do not go where the path may lead. Go instead where there is no path, and leave a trail." Eddie and Todd Jensen, owners of Mound Valley Cattle Company in Thatcher, Idaho, are proud to support the Rich High Rebels in creating their own path and leaving a trail of success in athletics and in activities, in education and in life. Serving customers in Utah, Idaho, and Wyoming since 1997. Mound Valley Cattle Company, 208-339-0614.
Serving Wyoming since 1941, Plains Tire is Wyoming's oldest and largest tire dealer with great locations throughout the state. They'll get you the right tires that offer the best results for your vehicle at the lowest prices, guaranteed. Plus, you can go to any Plains Tire Pro dealer with their nationwide warranty service. And check out their Plains Tire phone app.
Come down and see us at Plains Tires on 157 Bear River Drive for all your automotive needs. Hablamos también español.
At beautiful Bear Lake, skiing, snowmobiling, sailing, and swimming are just some of the fun activities offered to recreationists. The Greater Bear Lake Valley offers prime hunting and fishing areas, whether it's trout fishing in the streams or ice fishing for Cisco on the lake, hunting deer, or seeking elk along the high mountain ridges. The scenic corner of Utah and Idaho offers outdoor recreation and historical interests away from crowds and high prices. Visit bearlake.org for more information.
With Wendy Lamborn, head coach of the Rich Rebel volleyball team. Coach, a region title essentially, but you go into the state as the fifth-ranked team with this RPI. Your thoughts on that and how things are turning out?
I absolutely hate the RPI. I wish I understood it a little bit better, because I don't understand how you can play as tough a schedule as we're playing and end up first in our region and end up fifth place on the RPI system. So not a huge fan of the RPI system. Thought a lot about it this week. Have to readjust a schedule for future just based on playing the game of the RPI does not make a bit of sense to me.
RPI aside, how do you feel about your season, the way your girls are playing, and the tough schedule that you mentioned?
You know, I think my girls are doing great. I feel like I've gotten a lot out of them. I'm happy with how we're going to go into state. I think they're ready. They've played a tough schedule, and I hope that that's going to pay off for us, because we have played such a tough schedule. Not always won, but learned a lot in the process.
Speaking of the tough schedule, let's go back to Thursday in your match with North Summit. You competed real well in those first two sets.
We did. I thought that we had a great game with North Summit. We're on a roll and turned in a lineup and had an official and I disagree on the way that it was turned in. And a little bit worried about that, but it did completely change the game and kind of threw everything for a curveball.
Is that a tough thing for you as your last regular season match? Will that be a tough thing to sort out getting ready for state?
You know, I sent a text to all the girls telling them that I was sorry. I felt like that was my fault, not their fault, and apologized for that to them and let them kind of know what had happened, but told them that they had a great 2 matches, and, you know, sometimes bad things like that will happen. So we're just going to adjust and go forward.
Going forward, and obviously you're not going to look past Manila, but you're going to think about who's next, probably Paiute, I think, and then Panguitch if you can get to the semifinals, and thinking about those opponents and the schedule at state. Your thoughts?
You know, I'm playing Manila first. I'm sure, you know, hopefully get a good win from Manila, a good warm-up game for us, so to speak. And, you know, Paiute's going to be a tough game. We've got a tough route. We're coming in, what I would say, second. We've got a pretty tough route to get to the championship, but we can do it.
When you said I would say second, you feel like you should be ranked second?
You know, Panguitch beat us. Not sure their schedule versus ours, but I would take second. I'm not happy with fifth.
Does it, I mean, I don't want to get into make a whole discussion about it, but the RPI really devalues having region matches. The fact that you guys won that region title essentially over ICS, but they go in as number 2.
Yep, and they got a pretty easy side of the bracket too, and the RPI system's got to be looked at. It's not right. I haven't talked to a coach yet, anybody that I've played that likes it, that's for it. I don't feel like it's working. I don't feel like it's fair. So I don't know. We're going to forget that, hope it all pans out at state, and get a great win.
So forgetting that, you said you feel like your team is on a roll, you're playing well as you go into state, and that's right where you want to be.
You know, and with my girls, I haven't said a lot about the RPIs. I just said a win's a win, and that's what we got to do. We got to learn how to finish, got to learn how to compete, and be confident. And so who cares about the RPIs? You know, hopefully we'll end up doing well at state, and it won't matter, but it still does matter. We still have to fix it at some point, all the way around the state, I believe.
Bottom line, if you play well and win matches, you'll be in a good spot.
Yep, and I'm hoping that our tough schedule is going to help us with that. You know, playing as many games that we've had when other people haven't even played 14 games in their season, and we've played quite a few. I'm hoping that will pan out and pull us up at the top.
Coach, is there anything else you want to touch on?
We have had a tragic accident happen to one of our girls' grandpas, and that's going to kind of throw a little bit of curveball. So I'm, you know, thinking of the Tingy family at this time, and my love and support goes out to Sage, my player, and her family.
Coach Wendy Lamborn, thanks so much for your time, and condolences, thoughts and prayers with the Tingy family. Thank you.
Thank you, Ryan.
Thanks so much, Coach Lamborn. It's Stacy's Repair Coaches Show. We brought to you by Stacy's Repair in Woodruff. Need a repair? Take it to the ones who truly care. We're about 2 minutes away from the beginning serve. We've got your Town of Lake Town Ledger and the Christopher Staple family starting lineups when we return on the Wildlife and MyLocalRadio.com. You rely on your vehicle every day. Make sure your ride gets the best service, repairs, and maintenance possible. Stacy's Repair in Woodruff provides the highest quality, the latest technology, and the newest equipment to give your vehicle the absolute best auto care available. Family owned and operated since 1992, your friends at Stacy's Repair promise to always deliver value and outstanding, honest, and knowledgeable service, regardless of repair size or difficulty. Stacy's Repair, the ones who truly care.
Established in 1870, Randolph, Utah is home. Home to the rich rebels, to hardy people of high character, and to values of dedication, honesty, hard work, education, and respect for self and others. Randolph is also home to friendly folks who love their families, their town, and their neighbors. Count yourself a neighbor whenever you visit Randolph, Utah. Mayor Lynn Weston and the Town Council of Randolph wish the rich rebels good luck and invite you to visit anytime.
Back at Utah Valley's UCCU Center. Ryan STEINECKERT here. The pregame show has been brought to you by the Town of Randolph, home of the Rich Rebels. Good luck from the mayor, board members, and town clerk. The Rich Rebels and the Manila Mustangs facing off for the third time this season. Rich has won in 3 straight. Both times the teams met at Rich and at Manila. And in fact, at Rich, the Rebels had 25 service aces, which tied a top 10 state record for aces in a match. And boy, it was an impressive win for Rich. Now, if you're just joining us, again, we cannot do the video stream here at State. I believe are, well, I've worked it out with KSL that you can listen live at live.ksl.com, and, of course, listen live here at mylocalradio.com and on KADQ FM 98.3 in the Evanston, Wyoming, also the Northeast Utah area. Let's move along and jump right into a Town of Laketown ledger. The Town of Laketown, good luck Rebels from the Mayor and Town Council of Laketown. Looking back at the series history between Rich and Manila, my records only go back to 2008. And in that span, the Rebels are 23-0, including 2 wins this year. Rebels also during that span have lost 1 set against the Manila Mustangs. That was last year. Rich won the match 3-1, but lost a single set. I believe that was out at Manila. 3-1 was the final in that match. But again, Rich 23-0, and that's 22-0 in matches swept by 3 straight sets. Your Town of Laketown ledger. Good luck, Rebels, from the Mayor and Town Council of Laketown. Moving along to the Christopher Staple family starting lineups, and for the Manila Mustangs, we may get starters. No, we probably won't, with 4 courts going on and starting matches all at the same time. So we'll just move along with our Christopher Staple family starting lineups. Christopher Staple, that's Sunshine, wishing the Rebels the best. For the Manila Mustangs, a junior middle blocker, Olivia Clegg, is number 1. Junior number 3, outside hitter, Chandra Brady. Libero is number 5, I said libero, yeah, that's right. She's a junior, Canell Browning. A setter, number 7, also a junior, Caitlin Mosley. Freshman middle blocker, number 10, Kyra Kofert. A senior, number 20, outside hitter, Sage Walters. Right side, or opposite side hitter, a sophomore, number 21, Andrea Lucio. The other Manila Mustang who will be contributing, getting into the match some today, is a sophomore, and number 25, Cheyenne Brown. As for the Rich Rebels, Rich with a good mix of seniors and juniors this year in the starting lineup. And so promises to have, the Rebels promise to have some good players returning for next year's team as well. But for this year's starters, a few seniors and some juniors. McKenna Stacy, a junior, number 2, outside hitter. Sage Tingy this season has been the libero, and if I'm looking correctly, it looks like Sage is wearing the libero jersey today. Now, just as some context for you, the Rebels and Mustangs are playing on court 4, and the Utah Valley University said, well, we'll set the media up on the very other end of the gymnasium. So we're a good 80, 90 yards away from court 4 looking down on the team, and it's real tough. In fact, my best angle is to turn the camera on my phone and zoom in. That's how I'm going to be watching today's match, to try to get you numbers and correct positions and things like that when the players are on the court. So let's continue on with the Christopher Staple family starting lineup. Sage Tingy, a junior, the libero, number 12. Allie Wallenstein, a senior, number 5. A senior, number 6, Kendall Staple. Junior, number 32, J.C. Cornea. Senior, number 35, Eliana Brown. And senior, number 45, Sydney Hatch. Rebels and Manila Mustangs getting set. The winner will move on and play at 7 o'clock tonight in the championship bracket, and that'll be against either Paiute or Waterford. Those teams are about to start their match right now as well. The loser of this one will go on and take on the loser between Water Canyon and Paiute. Or not, they'll either take, let's see. The loser will take on Whitehorse or, the loser of these 2 matches. So Rich versus Manila, Paiute versus Whitehorse. The winners will face each other in the next round. The losers will face each other in the next round. Just about to get underway. Our starting lineups have been brought to you by the Christopher Staple family. Rebels, looks like Rich will serve first, and it's Allie Wallenstein, one of the team leaders in aces this season, to deliver the service. Allie and the Rebels attacking from our vantage point. If you're watching on KSL.com or mylocalradio.com listening there, the Rebels serving left to right. This is set number 1, and the beginning serve is brought to you by Town & Country Realty, selling Bear Lake in Utah and Idaho. Wallenstein serves. Mustangs receive. A high pass is out of bounds. They keep it alive and pass it high up and just over. Rebels receive, set it up high and outside. Stacy's big hit blocked, and the Mustangs lead 1-0 on the Station on Main scoreboard. So the Mustangs will get set to serve, leading 1-0 in this first set. Brought to you brought to you by Rolene Kennedy, Rich County's representative at Auto Farm Chevrolet. Rebels set it up, hit it, and it's long and out. 2-0 Mustangs on the Station on Main scoreboard. Mustangs have not made it to a state tournament since 2013. They went 0-2 at state that year. Rebels last year finished 4th place, lost in the 3rd and 4th place match against ICS. Rich hit down the line. Libero for Manila digs it up, set it up high and out to the left side. Rebels dig, set high and in the middle. Sydney Hatch with the hit to the back left corner of the defense is in there for a Bear Lake Realty kill for Sydney Hatch, and the Rebels are on the board but trailing 2-1. Service by Hatch, received, passed high, set into the middle, slapped across. Hatch digs for Rich. High and outside to Stacy, big hit, dug up toward court number 3. McKenna Stacy with a Bear Lake Realty kill, ties the score at 2 apiece on the Station on Main scoreboard. So Sydney Hatch will serve again with the right hand. Received and passed over the net, overpass. The Rebels set it up and pass it back. Set it up, hit, and the Rebel hit is wide and out. Mustangs retake the lead 3-2 on the Station on Main scoreboard. First set brought to you by Rolene Kennedy, Rich County's representative at Auto Farm Chevrolet. The Mustangs serving, and again, just to give you some context, they set the media up for this match on the far north side of the gymnasium, so I can't see names and numbers. Liberos is about all I'm going to be able to give you. Rebels set it up and hit. It's deflected back into the bleachers. Looked like a Rebel fan over there a fan in blue. That's why I say Rebel fan, able to field it, tap it back to the players. I can tell Canell Browning, she's wearing that white Libero jersey for the Mustangs. Rebels J.C. Cornea serving, just clears the net. Browning with a lunging serve receive. She jumps back up and slaps it over on the 3rd touch. Rebels set high and outside. Stacy's hit into the block, and it looked like Caitlin Mosley was right there on the block, but a little too far back from the net, and the Rebels get the kill and the point to tie the score at 3. I thought that would take a 4-3 lead. Hit by the Mustangs. Rebels block it, and down on the court. Should be 5-3, I believe, on the Station on Main scoreboard, but the scorekeeper operating our scoreboard hasn't updated it in a couple of Rebel points. Browning receives, passed high. There's the updated score, pushed over by the Mustangs. Rebels set it up high and outside. Again, this is Stacy, right through the block, down the line, 6-3. McKenna Stacy with her 3rd kill of this first set, and the Rebels lead by 3. Set number 1 brought to you by Rolene Kennedy, Rich County's representative at Auto Farm Chevrolet, a community-driven dealership in Evanston, Wyoming. J.C. Cornea serves, beautiful floater, no rotation. Good pass, set up front, pushed toward the back corner. Kendall Staple, or is that Allie Wallentyne there for the dig? Comprehensive Family Dental dig. Set up, pushed, and passed, pushed over. Rebels just dig it up. Happy birthday right at the net, and Olivia Clegg went up and smacked it down, but I didn't see an indication of a point. Down official actually, I think, indicated a Mustang in the net. Point to the Rebels. Another Rebel serve, another Rebel point. Rich leads 8-3. Sunshine Staple. Chris says, that was Kendall. Thanks, Chris. I appreciate it. I really do. I'm not trying to be sarcastic. I thank you for that update. And Chris, a much better view than I have. He's right down in front of court number 4. I'm 100 yards away on the very north end of this 4-court Utah Valley University UCCU Center. You could fit 3 or 4 UCCUs in here. Serve receive shanked off to the side. A Crawford Trough and Randolph service ace for the Rebel server, which I believe is still J.C. Cornea. Rebels lead 9-3. Mustangs had a 2-0 lead, but since then it's been almost all Rebels. Mustangs, though, set up the attack. Rebels can't quite dig it up. And Manila earns the side out. 9-4 on the Station on Main scoreboard. Mustangs with the service, attacking right to left if you're watching online at live.ksl.com or listening on mylocalradio.com. Rebels receive, set it up. Stacy hits, dug by the Mustangs, set up high and to the left side, swatted too long and out by the Manila Mustangs. 10-4, Rebels lead in set number 1, brought to you by Rolene Kennedy. Our broadcast today is also brought to you by Epic Recreation and by Jimmy John's. Mustangs pass goes out of bounds, but they keep it alive and bump it over. Rebels high and outside. Wallenstein, roll attack, and she hits it long and out. 10-5. Jimmy John's in Evanston with where fresh and fast meet. And Epic Recreation for all your rentals in Bear Lake. Visit epicrecreation.net. Serving is Andrea Lucio, I believe, and she serves short and into the net. First service error of the match, I believe, for either team. 10, make it 11-5. Rebels with the lead on the Station on Main scoreboard. And here one, I know that's Kendall Staples serving with the lefty. Lucio, nice or a good pass. They set it up and pass it over. That was Browning on the serve receive. Rebels set it up, and Wallenstein hits cross court. Good dig from Cheyenne Brown. Passed and passed over. Kendall Staple, nice pass, set it up, back set. Sydney Hatch swats it down, but the Mustangs dig. Rebels pass it back up front. A back set, and Ellie Brown hits it down the line and in. What a swat by Ellie Brown. Not a lot of power, but she didn't need it. She was trying to find a spot, and she found it right down the line. Ellie Brown with the Bear Lake Realty kill. Bear Lake Realty is the most experienced and highest volume realtor in the Bear Lake area. Visit bearlakerealty.com to get your own piece of beautiful Bear Lake in northeast Utah. The Caribbean of the Rockies. Kendall Staple back to serve again with Rich leading 12-5 in the Rolene Kennedy first set. The southpaw delivers, back line in there. Crawford Trough and Randolph service ace. The Crawford Trough, the best place to eat. They've got specialty drinks. That's in Randolph. No better place to eat in Randolph, Utah. Staple serves again. Passed up front. I believe that was Brown. The second touch is up, over, and out by the Mustangs, and Rich leads 14-5. Not a Crawford Trough and Randolph service ace, but pretty close to it. And the Rebels with a big lead in this first set. Kendall Staple serves again. Boy, she's been on fire. Clegg passes high and toward the very back line. Pass, and then Clegg passes it over to Rich. Comprehensive Family Dental dig. Dug, blocked by Clegg. Set up, and the Mustangs set it up again for Clegg. In the middle, hits it long. She swung hard and didn't quite get the angle she was looking for. Hit it out of bounds. 15-5. Rebels lead on the Station on Main scoreboard. Meanwhile, I believe Paiute leads 12-5 over Water Canyon, or over Whitehorse rather. Rich sets it up high and outside after the Mustangs set up their attack, and a Mustang in the net, I believe, is the call. 16-5. Again, so far away. The down official right in front of the scores table. All of those 3 or 4 individuals wearing white. Kendall Staples serves a bit short into the net. 16-6. Mustangs get the point on the service error. First of the match for Rich. The Rebels have had a few too many service errors this season and look to clean that up here at State. Tingy receives. Rebels sit high and outside. Wallenstein down the line. Brown digs. Passed across. Hit. Rebel block. An Epic Recreation block of the game. No point. Rich digs it up and swats it back. Clegg goes down low to dig up the attack. Hit cross court. Rich digs. It's up at the net. A happy birthday over to the Mustang side and on the floor. Blockers just didn't get up in time to tap it back down to the Rebel side. 17-6. Rich leads in this Rolene Kennedy first set. Ellie Brown serving for Rich. Diving serve received by Browning. Nice job. Rebels set it up and hit from the middle. Just a soft touch. Brown with a dig. Passed over to the left side. Hit down the line. Diving Comprehensive Family Dental dig by McKenna Stacy. Tapped back to the corner. And Browning's diving dig attempt just falls short. 18-6. A Bear Lake Realty kill for, I believe, Sydney Hatch there. And the timeout is taken. Our timeouts are brought to you by T7 Propane in Woodruff. For all your propane needs, call 435-793-4208. We'll be right back on the Wildlife, mylocalradio.com, and live.ksl.com.
This is Rich Rebel Senior Kendall Staple. Thanks for tuning in to Rich High Volleyball on KADQ FM 98.3 and mylocalradio.com.
In Rich County, we know that our children are our future. Helping our kids grow into kind, productive adults is a community effort. This is Rolene Kennedy, Auto Farm Chevrolet's Rich County representative, serving my neighbors for more than 20 years. My kids are Rich High School graduates. When you need a vehicle, come and see me, new or pre-owned. I'll always treat you with respect and honesty, the Rich County way. Auto Farm Chevrolet, we're a community-driven dealer. Go Rebels!
Ellie Brown with a laser of a serve, received up, over, and clear out to the water cooler. Ellie Brown with the Crawford Trophy and Randolph service ace. Her first of the match, and the Rebels lead 19-6. Serve again. Mustangs pass, set, and hit into the net. Just short by Sage Walters. 20-6. Rich rolling, and 5 points away from a win in Rolene Kennedy's first set. Brown serves again, and misplayed by the Mustangs. Another Crawford Trough and Randolph service ace. Ellie Brown's second of the match. Brown, another service for Rich. Browning receives for the Mustangs. They pass and pass it over. Good comprehensive family dental dig for Rich. Rebels set it up in the middle. Big time hit by Sydney Hatch, I believe, to the back corner. Hatch gets a couple of high fives, so that confirms my suspicion that that's who made that Bear Lake Realty kill. Again, I'm about 100 yards away from court 4. For whatever reason, they decided to set us up here on the very opposite end of the gymnasium. Browning sets, Walters hits, lunging comprehensive family dental dig by McKenna Stacy. Touched down the line, passed, and the Mustangs set it up, hit to the back line. Stacy again there for the dig. In the middle, Hatch goes up, cracks it down in the back corner. The line judge on top of it fires his flag toward the floor to indicate that one is inbounds. A Bear Lake Realty kill. Sydney Hatch's fourth of this first set, and the Rebels are 2 points away from a first set victory, 23-6. Brown serves. Browning receives for the Mustangs, and Walters just passes it over on the second touch. Cornea sets high and outside. Stacy's hit off the net and then dug by the Mustangs. They'll set it up and swat it over. Stacy digs. Cornea back high and outside that's Wallentine. Hit down the line in the corner, and a Bear Lake Realty kill for AWOL. Wallentine with, I believe, her third kill of the match. In this first set, the Rebels lead 24-6. It's set point. J.C. Cornea serves. Browning receives for the Mustangs. Brown high and outside, and Walters punches it, trying to get over, hits it into the net. A hitting error gives the Rebels the win, 25-6 on the Station on Main scoreboard. Rich wins the first set. Brought to you by Rolene Kennedy, Rich County's representative at Auto Farm Chevrolet.
You're invited to come in and visit with the team at Cash Honda Yamaha in Cache Valley today. Our customers are our friends. If you haven't ever been in, stop in today. We'd love to get to know you. If you haven't been in for a while, stop in and let's get caught up. And if you were here yesterday, come back again soon. You always have an open invitation to visit the crew at Cash Honda Yamaha, where our customers are our friends, on US 91 between Logan and Smithfield.
Super kids deserve super care. Experience the difference with board-certified pediatricians Alan Brown, MD, and Bird Gilmartin, MD, at Uinta Medical Group. Whether it's tracking your child's overall health at Well Child Checks or helping your little ones feel better when they're sick, Dr. Brown and Dr. Gilmartin are here to help your child grow, learn, and thrive. Schedule an appointment with Dr. Brown or Dr. Gilmartin by calling 307-789-WELL 9355 or visit evanstonanytime.com.
If you want your truck to really catch the eye, have the professionals at Plains Tire in Evanston install a custom lift kit with new tires and wheels. We've got a huge selection to choose from, so no matter what your style is, we've got the tires and wheels to make you smile. The way your truck looks reflects on you. Get the reflection you want with a lift kit, new tires, and wheels from Plains Tire in Evanston, the tire professionals. 157 Bear River Drive. Stop in today.
No matter what you need to have printed, Westar Printing is the place you want to have it done. Calendars, letterhead, envelopes, brochures, books, posters, vinyl banners, business forms, announcements, wedding invitations, and business cards are just a few examples. You can also have your favorite family photos printed on canvas or placed into a personalized family photo calendar. You will want to do business with Westar Printing. Stop in today. Westar Printing, 243 7th Street in Evanston.
A convincing 25-6 win in the first set for the Rich Rebels. We invite you to stay tuned for later today. The Rebels will play, and you can catch the broadcast. I put on there, if you're watching online at mylocalradio.com, I'm assuming that Paiute, the T-Birds, will beat their opponent in this first round, Whitehorse. Paiute is the favorite. They're number 4 in the RPI, whereas Whitehorse number 13. And so that's assuming some things there. I'll keep an eye on that match, but I believe Paiute did win set number 1 as they head for set number 2. So do the Rebels and the Mustangs. Set 2 is brought to you by the town of Woodruff. Mayor Scott Saby, council members Millie Bradshaw, Raymond Franson, Kent Stewart, and Jason Peterson with Secretary Lisa Bell. Cannell Browning serving for the Mustangs, left to right from my view at mylocalradio.com, and if you're watching live on live.ksl.com. Slapped back by the Rebels. Mustangs return. Rich sets it up high and outside. Wallentyne's hit blocked. Rich digs it up, keeps it alive, passes high, and then Tingy just pushes it over the net to clear it out and up and over. Set up high and outside to the back line. Stacy digs, passed up into the middle. Hatch, roll attack, nice hit. She swings hard kind of toward her left, but with the roll, it goes back toward her right for a Bear Lake Realty kill, and the Rebels take a 1-0 lead here in this second set, brought to you by the town of Woodruff. Our beginning serve of each set is presented by Town & Country Realty. That's Pam Cornea selling Bear Lake in Utah and Idaho. Give her a call at 435-779-0012. That's 435-779-0012. Back and forth on a long rally. Rebels block. Mustangs set it up again and hit it into the net. 2-0 Rebels lead in set number 2. Rich took the first set, 25-6, and leads 2-0 in the second. Serving for Rich, Annie Peart. No, that's Lamborn. That's Brittany Lamborn with the service. Hits the top of the net, drops in and down to the floor for a Crawford Trough in Randolph service ace. And my apologies, I said Pierce number 20. This is Brittany Lamborn, sorry. A service shanked off to the side, second consecutive Crawford Trough in Randolph service ace for Brittany Lamborn. Lamborn to serve again, right to left here in this second set. Passed up and over, back to the Rebels on the serve receive. Rebels set it up in the middle. Hatch goes back right corner and cracks it in there. Sydney Hatch with 6 Bear Lake Realty kills unofficially already in this match, and the Rebels lead 5-0 on the Station on Main scoreboard here in set 2. After taking the first set 25-6, Lamborn serves again. Browning diving serve receive. Happy birthday, but it's McKenna Stacy's hit attempt goes long and out. Mustangs receive the point, 5-1. Rebels lead on the Station on Main scoreboard. Meanwhile, in that match between Paiute and Whitehorse, Paiute took the first set and leads 2-1 in set number 2. Browning diving dig to keep it alive. The Rebels pass it up front, set into the middle, or set to the high and outside. Stacy's hit, dug up, tapped into the net by the Mustangs, and Rich leads 6-1 on the Station on Main scoreboard. Some of our sponsors today also include the Bear Lake Convention and Visitors Bureau. Visit bearlake.org when you plan your next adventure at Bear Lake, whether that's in the winter or the summer. Boy, if you haven't been up there for the winter, beautiful. Ice fishing, snow machining, snowboarding at a nearby resort. Rebels hit it up to the back line. Browning dives to dig, but can't control it. And it's a Bear Lake Realty kill for the Rebels. And I believe that was Dixie Huffaker on the kill, which would be her first of the match. Rebels serve again. Mustangs set it up, pass it over with 2 hands. Cornea high and outside. This is Stacy with the hit. Blocked, and the Rich can't keep it alive. Good stuff by the Mustang defense. 7-2. Rebels lead on the Station on Main scoreboard. Mustangs serve, and it just clears the net. A diving serve receive. Happy birthday pass cracked back down by the Mustangs, 7-3. Manila within 4. Rebels took the first set 25-6. Mustangs trail in set number 2. Service, a high rainbow, and again to the same spot. Rebels have trouble. Happy birthday pass back at the net, cracked down again, 7-4. Rich may have to adjust where they're setting up on this serve receive because of the service. Let's see if we get another rainbow serve. We do, to just about the same spot. McKenna Stacy, better pass this time. Set up, Stacy hits, blocked, dug into the net, and the Mustangs are on a 4-0 run, 7-5 on the Station on Main scoreboard. Let me see who this is serving. As she serves again for Manila. Rebels set it up, get it a better set this time, hit to the back line and drop it in. And I believe it was Caitlin Mosley doing the serving there for the Manila Mustangs. Again, I'm far enough away that the only way I can see that is if I had brought my binoculars, which I stupidly did not, or I take my phone, turn on the camera, zoom it in all the way, and then I can see the number 7 on Mosley's back. Service is hit, or the set hit out of bounds by the Mustangs, but it was deflected by the Rebels. And Manila gets the point, trailing 8-6 on the Station on Main scoreboard. Rebels with a lot of JV players in for this second set. And the serve receive shanked off and out of bounds. A service ace for the Manila Mustangs, who climbed to within a point, 8-7 on the Station on Main scoreboard. The Station on Main has the coldest drinks. That's the station in Randolph, Utah. Rebels pass up front, set high and outside. Stacy hits down the line and in. Bear Lake Realty kill for, I believe that's McKenna Stacy. That would be, if I'm counting correctly, her 5th kill of the match. And McKenna Stacy will drop back to serve for Rich. Rebels took the first set and lead in set number 2, but a service by Stacy long and out. First service error of this second set gives the Mustangs just a 1-point deficit with Olivia Clegg serving, and she just misses long. Whew, that was close. Again, I'm in no position to say whether that was in or out, but it looked very close from 100 yards away. Dixie Huffaker serving for Rich, running jump serve with the right hand. A young player who's played mostly JV this season. Serve receive up at the net. That's a Crawford Trough and Randolph service ace for Huffaker and the Rebels. Dixie with a kill and an ace. Nope, looks like they'll swap that around. A Rebel in the net or something to that effect ties the score at 10. Mustangs serve, Rebels set, hit to the back line. Browning digs it the wrong direction. Rich retakes the lead, 11-10. Now 11-9 on the Station on Main scoreboard. I'm not sure where that scoreboard is at. I missed a point somewhere. Pass tapped up and over. We'll just go with what's on there. 11-9 on the Station on Main scoreboard. Rebels hit Browning with a nice dig to keep it alive. The Mustangs pass it high and over. Tingy, soft pass up front. Cornea sets high and outside, and Lamborn's hit short into the net. 11-10. The Rebel lead down to 1 on the Station on Main scoreboard. Meanwhile, Paiute leads Whitehorse 13-6 in set number 2. The winner of these two matches the winners will face each other. The losers will face each other. And so I'm keeping an eye on that Paiute Whitehorse match. Cannell Browning, the libero, junior for the Manila Mustangs, set to serve. Our broadcast today is brought to you in part by the Station on Main and by McKay Frankham Dental Services in Evanston, Wyoming. Not sure, there was a delay there for a moment. They get things sorted out. The officials discussed a bit, and Browning serves. Stacy receives. Cornea high and outside for Lamborn. Brittany hits it to the back line. Dug high by Clegg. Browning touches it again, and Clegg passes it over. Pass up front. Good pass by the Rebels. Set up in the middle. Hatch, back corner, cracks it in there. Sydney Hatch with her 7th Bear Lake Realty kill of the match. Second set, Rebels lead 12-10 and won the first set 25-6. Brittany Lamborn to serve. Had a couple of aces already in this second set. Lamborn serving right to left. Cannell Browning digs it up underneath the net and out of bounds. Speaking of Crawford Trough and Randolph service aces, there's another for Brittany Lamborn, her third already of the match. She came in, I'll tell you here in a second, with just 4 service aces in varsity action. She's probably close to 60 or 70 aces in JV action, maybe more. Mustangs pass it over to the back corner. Rebels set it up, pass up front, and Stacy hits. Mustangs hit it right back. Rebels set it up in the middle. Sydney Hatch hits. Browning with the dig to the back wall of bleachers. Bear Lake Realty kill number 8 for Sydney Hatch. And Rich has pushed its lead out to 4, 14-10 on the Station on Main scoreboard. Lamborn serves. Browning, no, that might have been Clegg. Now Browning touched it the second time but couldn't control it. 15-10. Rebel lead climbs to 5 with Brittany Lamborn serving again. Might have been Chandra Brady on that serve receive. Again, tough to see numbers from this distance. And there's a miscommunication, but the service is out by Lamborn. So the point to the Mustangs on a service error, 15-11. Mustangs have the serve. Sage Walters, I believe. Tingy receives. Cornea high and outside for Stacy. Hit into the block, deflected up and to the floor. Bear Lake Realty kill for McKenna Stacy is her 6th of the match, 16-11. Rich leads on the Station on Main scoreboard with Sydney Hatch serving for the Rich Rebels. Service ace brought to you by the Crawford Trough in Randolph. That just cleared the net and dived down to the floor. Hatch's first service ace of the match. She leads this team with 57 aces this season. Timeout on the court. We'll take a quick one as well and actually keep it right here in set number 2. Our timeouts during the season are brought to you by T7 Propane in Woodruff. For all your propane needs, 435-793-4208. The T7 Propane in Woodruff, owned and operated by the Tingy family. And Wesley Robert Tingy passed away this past Saturday in an accident. And I'm going to take some time, not right now, I've just gone through the time that we had, but Wes was a beloved husband, father, son, grandpa, great-grandpa, and friend to everyone he met. Our condolences and thoughts and prayers with the Tingy family. Mustangs set it up, hit it long and out. 18, no, Rebels tipped it. 17-12, point to the Mustangs. Rich took the first set, 25-6. Rebels lead in set 2, 17-12. Set 2 is brought to you by the town of Woodruff. Service from the Mustangs. I think that was Walters. Rebels set it up, and Stacy hits down the line. Browning is right there, serve receive, but that serve receive goes into court number 3. There are big, tall nets that divide the courts between each other, and that net, or that dig cleared that net. Rebels serve, and looked like another Crawford Trough in Randolph service ace. This one for J.C. Cornea. 19-12, Rebels lead. Cornea serves again for the Rebels. Back line, and Mustangs just kind of watch it go by. And again, I'm a long ways away, but it didn't look that close. They just didn't play it. Crawford Trough and Randolph service ace for J.C. Cornea. There's another as the serve receive is shanked off to the side. 3 in a row. That's your precision play of the game, brought to you by McKay Frankham Dental Services in Wyoming. Give them a call today, 789-8910, for your next time you need dental care. Cornea serves again, serve receive over and way out. 4 in a row, Crawford Trough and Randolph service aces for J.C. Cornea. That gives her 6 aces in this match. We're in set number 2. The Rebels lead 22-12. And another one, 5 in a row for JC. That one passed up at the net, unplayable for either team. Falls on the Mustang side. Cornea with 5 straight service aces. And will we make it 6? We will. That one serve received into the court number 3, 24-12. JC Cornea with 6 service aces in a row. Can she close out the set? Good pass this time by the Mustangs to keep it alive. Passed up and over with 2 hands. Cornea diving dig up at the net. Brown goes up, tips it over, touched back to Rich, and the Mustangs get a point as Rich couldn't keep it alive. 24-13, 6 consecutive service aces for J.C. Cornea has the Rebels up 24-13 here in this second set. Brought to you by the town of Woodruff. Service from the Mustangs. Tingy receives. Good pass high and to the right side. Set it up high and in the middle, and Dixie Huffaker goes up and smashes it down for the kill and the set 2 victory. 25-13, Rebels win in set 2 and lead 2-0. This second set has been brought to you by the town of Woodruff. Mayor Scott Sabie, council members Millie Bradshaw, Raymond Franson, Kent Stewart, and Jason Peterson, with Secretary Lisa Bell. When you enter the city limits of the town of Woodruff, the sign welcomes you to a place with the coldest temps and the warmest hearts. Settled in 1870, we celebrate the values of kindness, compassion, and friendliness, knowing a community's greatness may best be measured by the compassionate actions of its members. Mayor Scott Sabie and council members Millie Bradshaw, Raymond Franson, Kent Stewart, and Jason Peterson, with Secretary Lisa Bell, welcome you and say, Go Rich Rebels!
When shopping for a vehicle, it's important to have a good selection of new and pre-owned vehicles to choose from. It's also important to have a knowledgeable salesperson that listens, a finance team that helps you get the payment that matches your pocketbook, and a smart office staff that makes sure all the paperwork is done right. You can always rest assured knowing that our whole team is working for you. Auto Farm Chevrolet. Stop in today. We're a community-driven dealer.
At beautiful Bear Lake, skiing, snowmobiling, sailing, and swimming are just some of the fun activities offered to recreationists. The Greater Bear Lake Valley offers prime hunting and fishing areas, whether it's trout fishing in the streams or ice fishing for Cisco on the lake, hunting deer or seeking elk along the high mountain ridges. The scenic corner of Utah and Idaho offers outdoor recreation and historical interests away from crowds and high prices. Visit bearlake.org for more information.
If the idea of owning your own home in beautiful Bear Lake sounds like more than your finances can handle, visit the experts at Bear Lake Realty to learn how you can make it happen. Gary and Amber McKee at Bear Lake Realty can show you how to buy a home and rent it out, so it pays for itself while you enjoy it some of the time as well. And soon, you'll have your own place in the Caribbean of the Rockies. No one knows the market better, and no one else serves you better than Bear Lake Realty.
Welcome back to Utah Valley University's UCCU Center, where the Rebels took the first set 25-6 and took set 2 25-13 from the Manila Mustangs. Our broadcast tonight, or this afternoon, is brought to you in part by Bear Lake Memorial Hospital in Montpelier, Idaho. Bear Lake Memorial Hospital, count on us to care. Rebels with Mackenzie Smith serving the beginning serve, brought to you by Town & Country Realty. That's Pam Cornea at Town & Country Realty, selling Bear Lake in Utah and Idaho. Mustangs pass it over. Rebels set it up and hit it across. Not much of a hit, but more of a pass. Mustangs set it up, punch it across again, and they hit long and just out for Manila. Rich takes a 1-0 lead. Mustangs led early in the first set 2-0. Rich quickly tied it, took a lead at 4-3, and has led since then. Took the first and second set. Mackenzie Smith serves again. One of the leaders in the team last year on aces. Hasn't played a ton of varsity this year, but boy, she's come in at times when they've needed a good service. Mustangs set it and hit it across, and then the Rebels got it back to the Mustangs. Mosley hits it cross court. No, that was Sage Walters, actually, I believe, with the cross-court hit and a kill. And not a lot of power, but she didn't need power. She needed placement. She hit it perfectly. Cannell Browning, the libero, serving for the Mustangs, right to left from my view at mylocalradio.com and on live.ksl.com. And Rebels can't control it. Mustangs take the lead. I had just said that Manila had trailed since the Rebels took a 4-3 lead. Mustangs had tied it up a time or two, but lead 2-1. Here in this third set, brought to you by Rich County Government. Rebels with a championship cause. Cannell Browning serves low into the net. An error on the service. For the Mustangs, that's just the second service error of the match. Rich has 3 service errors, but 14 service aces. Annie Peart, I believe, with the service this time. Mustangs pass it high, set it up, and slap it to the back line. Smith, good pass, set it up, and Wallentine cracks it right into the block. Caitlin Mosley blocked it to the Mustang side of the floor. A Bear Lake Realty kill for Allie Wallentine. I've got that as her 4th of the match. Rebels serve again, and I think that was Annie Peart Set high and outside and hit long and beyond the back line by the Mustangs. 4-2. Rich leads by 2 in set number 3, brought to you by Rich County Government. Rebels with a championship cause. Peart serves again. Running jump serve, overpass, easy, happy birthday. Kendall Staple with the Bear Lake Realty kill. Yet that is her second of the match. 5-2. Rebels lead. Pushing out. Looking for a 3-set victory of the Mustangs. Clegg, good serve receive. Pass to the back line, and Clegg will hit flat-footed from midway between the 10-foot line and the back line. And the Rebels just, 2 players kind of both thought the other would take it, and it drops to the floor for a Olivia Clegg kill for the Mustangs. 5-3. Rebels lead in set number 3, brought to you by Rich County Government. Not a great pass. Rebels struggling, but Kendall Staple makes up for it. Left-handed slap down. Found a hole in the defense. 6-3. Staple with her second kill of the third set. Her third kill overall. Bear Lake Realty kill. And Rich serves again. This is Taya McKee with the service. Set up, push to the top of the net. Rich dives but can't keep it alive. 6-4. Rebels playing an almost, well, let's see. Kendall Staple is and Eliana Brown both in there. They are both all-time varsity or have played nothing but varsity this year. Mustangs serve it again. Stays Smith with the serve receive up at the net. Olivia Clegg, happy birthday, knocks it down. A little tap to the floor. That's what it's about. Is just that quick touch on a pass that just went right above the net. Better pass this time for the Rebels. Set high and toward the outside. Tipped up, back to the Rebels. Rich tries to tip it up and over, can't get it. 6-6, we're tied on the Station on Main scoreboard. This third set is brought to you by Rich County Government. Rebels with a championship cause. Just about a service ace, but Rebels barely keep it alive. Mustangs push it back to Rich. High and outside. Wallentine scooting a backward, hits it from her back foot. Too long and out. 7-6. Mustangs lead on the Station on Main scoreboard here in this third set. Rebels took the first 2, 25-6 and 25-13. Dump set, but Andrea Lucio is there. Rebels set it up. Lucio punches it back. Diving comprehensive family dental dig by Rich. Brown digs, set into the middle. Big swing. Rebel Epic Recreation block was there. Slapped back to the Rebels by the Mustangs. Rich sets it up, and Wallentine's hit stuffed. Big block there by, I believe that was the setter, Caitlin Mosley. And Manila leads 8-6 on the Station on Main scoreboard. Coach Wendy Lamborn giving her younger players some time on the court here at State. Staple hits, and it's dug up to the other court. Bear Lake Realty kill for Kendall Staple. Her third of the set, and the Rebels lead 8-7. Or excuse me, the Mustangs lead 8-7 on the Station on Main scoreboard. Set number 3. Rebels took the first 2. Little jump serve by, I think, Wallentine, and the Mustangs don't control it. Second touch misplayed. I don't think that counts as a Crawford Trough and Randolph service ace, but it is a point for the Rebels. Serve again. Lunging serve receive. Brown touches, and then the Mustangs pass it over. Rich sets it up. High and outside. Smith hits hard. Dug up right at the net. Rebels scrambling and pass it over. Good pass by Browning. Passed toward the front, and Clegg pushes it toward the back corner. Rebels dig, set it up. Smith touches it, and it's dug by Lucio. Down the line, Mustangs go. Rebels dig, set it up, and Smith taps it into the middle and down for the point. A Bear Lake Realty kill. And the Rebels retake the lead 9-8 on the Station on Main scoreboard. Allie Wallentine serves. Passed, set, Clegg hits. Rebels diving dig. They got underneath it, but not much. Not very much, and nobody, a second player, couldn't get to it. That ties the score at 9 on the Station on Main scoreboard. And I think this was Walters serving. Rebels set high and outside. Smith's hit blocked. Rich digs, pushes it back over, and finds the floor. So that kill was from the back line. I think it was Allie Wallenstein with her 5th kill of the match. Mustangs get the point. Ties the score at 10. Olivia Clegg serves. Good pass by the Rebels. High and outside. No, in the middle. Wallenstein comes up and hits it hard. Was that Wallenstein? Well, I'm not sure. It might have been actually Annie Peart on the kill. I think that's who it was, in fact. Again, my apologies on numbers and who players are. I'm about 100 yards away. This match happening on court 4, and I'm up past court 1 on the very opposite end of the gymnasium. Crawford Trough and Randolph service ace for Ellie Brown, her 3rd of the match. Gives the Rebels back the lead, 11-10 on the Station on Main scoreboard. Brown serves again, and Browning from her knees, the serve receive. Passed up, pushed over and out. Point to the Rebels, 12-10 on the Station on Main scoreboard. Make it 13-10. Passed by Tingy, set high and outside, and the Rebel hit. Mackenzie Smith with a Bear Lake Realty kill, puts Rich on top 14-10. Mustangs had kept it close, but the Rebels going on a run. Ellie Brown, another service for Rich, shanked to the backside, and another Crawford Trough and Randolph service ace. Paiute leads Whitehorse 13-5 in set 3. Paiute took the first 2 sets, so the winner between Rich and Manila will face likely Paiute, it's looking like. Browning receives another Eliana Brown service. They set it up high and outside. Rich digs. Wallenstein passes up front, and McKee passes it over the net. Outside, Browning touches it down the line. Mosley, Rebels dig. Smith touches it to keep it alive and punches it over the net. Mustangs set it up. Walters with the hit. Rebels, Comprehensive Family Dental dig. Smith moving to her left, hits back to her right. Browning with a nice dig for the Mustangs. Hit to the back line. Wallenstein keeps it alive. They pass it up front and touch it over with 2 hands. Long rally here, back and forth. Mustangs tap it up. It's a happy birthday, and they tap it right back to Rich with another dig. Set up in the middle. Big swing for Peart. But the Mustangs dig it up. They'll set it up. Rebels, Epic Recreation block. They keep it alive. 1, 2, 3 touches, and it's on the floor. 15-11. Mustangs get the point on that long rally. And Cheyenne Brown, I believe, is who just dropped back to serve for Manila. High rainbow serve just clears the net, and the Rebels don't play it well. Ace for Brown. 15-12. Just the second ace of the match for the Manila Mustangs. Meanwhile, the Rebels have 16 aces in this match. We're in the 3rd set, and the Rebels lead. Big hit by Annie Peart, but a Rebel in the net. I think it was Peart on the follow-through of her swing. Gives Manila the point, 15-13. Rich leads. They took the first set 25-6, second set 25-13. We're in the Rich County Government 3rd set. Hit down the line. Browning's dig to her coaches on the bench. 16-13, Rebels lead. I believe that was Peart on the Bear Lake Realty kill. Her 2nd of the match. Mackenzie Smith back around in the rotation with the service. Passed up front, passed high, and just touched over by the Mustangs. McKee goes high and outside. Wallenstein's hit blocked on the floor. Rebels couldn't dig it up. 16-14. Mustangs hanging in there here in this 3rd set. Cannell Browning, the junior libero, set to serve for Manila. Attacking right to left from our view. If you're watching online at live.ksl.com or listening live on mylocalradio.com, Rebels set it up, touch it over. Mustangs dig, set it up, and slap it over. Tingy digs. It's way off target, but kept alive, and the Rebels pass it over the net. Set high and outside, tapped across by, I think that was Walters. Rebels set it up and hit down the line. Dug by Browning, but up under the net. Bear Lake Realty kill for Rich, 17-14. Rebels lead on the Station on Main scoreboard, and Annie Peart drops back to serve. She's got a running jump serve that's tough to play, and Browning plays it out of bounds. 18-14. Crawford Trough and Randolph service ace for Annie Peart. Peart with another service for Rich, picking on Browning, and she shanks this one back to the back wall. 2 straight Crawford, Schroff, and Randolph service aces. And the Rebels lead 19-14 on the Station on Main scoreboard. Third set brought to you by Rich County Government. Rebels with a championship cause. Mustangs hustle and keep it alive. Punch to the back line, just long and out. 20-14 in the third set. The Rebels took the first 2, 25-26 and 25-13. Annie Peart serving for Rich in set number 3. The winner will likely face Paiute. The loser will likely face Whitehorse. And there's another Crawford, Schroff, and Randolph service ace for Annie Peart. Mustangs thought it would go long and out. It stayed in. 21-14. Rich up by a touchdown. Annie Peart serving. Browning passes up front. A little better pass this time. Second touch just clears the net. Rebels dig, set it up in the middle. Staple hits back corner, and she finds a perfect spot. Kendall Staples' 4th Bear Lake Realty kill of the set. 22-14. Rich 3 points away from a 3-set sweep of the Manila Mustangs in round 2 of this state tournament. Annie Peart delivers the service just long and out. She had 3 service aces and delivers the service error, 22-15. That keeps the Mustangs in it for the moment. Cannell Browning to serve for Manila. 22-15 in the Rich County Government third set. Rebels pass up front, set high and outside, and third touch does not go over. Did we have a whistle to blow things dead before? Somehow, I missed the indication from the official, and there may be more discussion here. He says, no, the Rebels are serving. So Taya McKee takes the ball back and gets set to serve. Oh, the point is awarded to Rich, and I just missed what happened, how Rich got a point there, but it's 23-16. 15 make it. Rebels dig the attack by the Mustangs, bounce it over, and a lucky attack for Allie Wallenstein with her 4th Bear Lake Realty kill of the set. And Rich has match point, 24-15 in this third set, brought to you by Rich County Government. Rebels with a championship cause. Taylor McKee serves, just clears the net. A Crawford, Schroff, and Randolph service ace ends it for Taylor McKee. Her first ace of the match, 25-15. The Rebels win in 3 over the Manila Mustangs, 25-6, 25-13, and 25-15. Stay tuned. The Epic Recreation, or the Mound Valley Cattle Company postgame show coming up next. That's Eddie and Todd Jensen out of Thatcher, Idaho. Mound Valley Cattle Company will be back with postgame coverage on the Wildlife and MyLocalRadio.com.
This presentation of Rich High School Athletics on MyLocalRadio.com is brought to you by these Rebel Sports Boosters, LSR Refrigerated, and the Walletines in Garden City. Darren, Tricia, and the entire Walletine clan wish the Rebels good luck. And by CAD Answer Technical Services, proudly supporting the Rich Rebels. The staff at CAD Answer Technical Services wish the Rebels good luck on the field, on the court, in the classroom, and in life.
Go Rich Rebels! This presentation of Rich High School Athletics on MyLocalRadio.com is brought to you by these Rebel Sports Boosters, the Wilson Ranch in Randolph. Good luck, Rebels, from Dale, Kim, Kyler, and Casey. Remember, the harder you work, the more good luck you'll have. And by Argyle Ranch Saddle and Boot, Feed and Supply, a custom shop specializing in leather and wood goods, with a farm feed and supply store to boot. Proudly supporting the Rich Rebels, the Argyle Ranch Saddle and Boot, Feed and Supply Store.
The best place to stay when you're in Casper, Wyoming is the Come On In Hotel and Suites. This beautiful log hotel offers 5 hot tubs, 1 pool, a fitness center, and fabulous indoor atrium. Offering jacuzzi and fireplace suites, the guest rooms are comfortable and relaxing. Plus, every stay includes a delicious extended continental breakfast. Whenever you're in Casper, stay at the best place. Come On In Hotel and Suites. Come on in today. Come On In Hotel and Suites, Casper.
Ralph Waldo Emerson said, "Do not go where the path may lead. Go instead where there is no path and leave a trail." Eddie and Todd Jensen, owners of Mound Valley Cattle Company in Thatcher, Idaho, are proud to support the Rich High Rebels in creating their own path and leaving a trail of success in athletics and in activities, in education and in life. Serving customers in Utah, Idaho, and Wyoming since 1997. Mountain Valley Cattle Company. 208-339-0614.
Established in 1870, Randolph, Utah is home. Home to the rich rebels, to hardy people of high character, and to values of dedication, honesty, hard work, education, and respect for self and others. Randolph is also home to friendly folks who love their families, their town, and their neighbors. Count yourself a neighbor whenever you visit Randolph, Utah. Mayor Lynn Weston and the Town Council of Randolph wish the rich rebels good luck and invite you to visit anytime.
Welcome back to Utah Valley University and the UCCU Center State Tournament in Orem, Utah. And the Rebels turn things on early against the Manila Mustangs in round 2. Looks like Paiute just took down Whitehorse in 3 straight sets as well. So Rich will take on Paiute in the next round. Manila will take on Whitehorse in consolation. Time for the Jimmy John's Freaky Fast recap here on the Mountain Valley Cattle Company post-game show. Jimmy John's, where fresh and fast meat, gourmet sandwiches, fresh and fast every day. At 113 Front Street in Evanston and several other locations, a couple others in Wyoming, and you probably know where they are if you're in Utah. The Rebels took the first set convincingly. Rich had 4 aces in that first set and won 25-6. 4 kills for McKenna Stacy and 4 more for Sydney Hatch. Rich played with a hybrid varsity JV team the rest of the way and still took the second set 25-13. That included a 6-ace run, 6 aces in a row for J.C. Cornea, who finished the match with 8 aces and had 6 in a row to make it to go from 19-12 to 24-12 in set number 2. Rich went on to win 25-13. And in set number 3, Mustangs kept it close. In fact, it was midway through, it was 10-10, tied up. Rich went on a bit of a run, was up at 16-14, and then cruised from there. A 9-1 run to finish things out, including 3 service aces late down the stretch by Annie Peart, who finished with 3 aces, and an ace from Taylor McKee to win the match, 25-15 in set number 3. That's your Jimmy John's Freaky Fast recap, where fresh and fast meat, gourmet sandwiches, fresh and fast every day at Jimmy John's. Stay tuned. More of the Mountain Valley Cattle Company post-game show. We'll have some Bear Lake Memorial Hospital post-game highlights and stats, plus some Western Ag Credit roundup calendar. Look at the rest of this tournament and the rest of the weekend. That's right after this on the Wildlife and MyLocalRadio.com.
More than 1,300 rural hospitals were evaluated, and for the 3rd year in a row, Bear Lake Memorial Hospital placed in the top 100 for quality as well as best practices and critical access, with a 24-hour emergency department, orthopedics, home health, a residential nursing home, physical therapy, surgical services, family doctors, chemotherapy, dialysis, and more. So, when it comes to your health, make sure you're seen by the best. Bear Lake Memorial Hospital in Montpelier, Idaho. Count on us to care.
You rely on your vehicle every day. Make sure your ride gets the best service, repairs, and maintenance possible. Stacy's Repair in Woodruff provides the highest quality, the latest technology, and the newest equipment to give your vehicle the absolute best auto care available. Family owned and operated since 1992, your friends at Stacy's Repair promise to always deliver value and outstanding, honest, and knowledgeable service, regardless of repair size or difficulty. Stacy's Repair, the ones who truly care. Back on the Mountain Valley Cattle Company post-game show. Rebels took care of business. A quick 3-0 win over the Manila Mustangs. Manila will drop down into consolation, where they will play tonight at 7 o'clock against Whitehorse, who Paiute beat in 3 straight. Time for some post-game highlights and stats presented by Bear Lake Memorial Hospital. Count on us to care. That's Bear Lake Memorial Hospital. The Rebels finished that match with 19 aces, 5 errors. Mustangs with 2 apiece of aces and errors. Rich, from a kills standpoint, led by, I think, Sydney Hatch's 8. J.C. Cornea, 8 aces in the match. Allie Wallenstein had 7 kills, and McKenna Stacy had 6. Kendall Staple, 5 kills, 4 of those in the 3rd set. She came on strong there in that 3rd set. And the Rebels really had no trouble with Manila. Have to be warmed up and maybe a little bit better to take down Paiute. in the next round. And that match will start at 7 o'clock tonight. You can tune in for pregame coverage at 6:30 right here on mylocalradio.com on KADQ FM 98.3 in the Northeast Utah, Southwest Wyoming area. And, of course, watch the game on live.ksl.com. Again, final set count, 25-6. The Rebels took the first, 25-13 in the second, 25-15 in the third. That's your post-game highlights and stats brought to you by Bear Lake Memorial Hospital. Count on us to care. Stay tuned. One more quick break on the Mound Valley Cattle Company post-game show here on the Wildlife and mylocalradio.com. When it comes to farming and ranching, it makes good sense to work with a lender who understands finance and agriculture. Western Ag Credit is an independent cooperative owned by the farmers and ranchers who borrow from it. With competitive rates, your loan is tailored to match your business needs. Real estate, livestock, equipment, and operating expenses. When it comes to farming and ranching financing, Western Ag Credit in Evanston is your partner in agriculture.
Ralph Waldo Emerson said, "Do not go where the path may lead. Go instead where there is no path and leave a trail." Eddie and Todd Jensen, owners of Mound Valley Cattle Company in Thatcher, Idaho, are proud to support the Rich High Rebels in creating their own path and leaving a trail of success in athletics and in activities, in education and in life. Serving customers in Utah, Idaho, and Wyoming since 1997. Mound Valley Cattle Company, 208-339-0614.
Back on the Mound Valley Cattle Company post-game show, a 3-set win for the Rich Rebels. And moving on to what's next, Rich will continue play here at the state tournament later on tonight. This is the Western Ag Credit Roundup calendar. Western Ag Credit, your partner in agriculture at 848 Front Street in Evanston. The Rebels will take on the Paiute T-Birds, and that match is scheduled for 7 o'clock tonight. Again, our pregame coverage starts right here on KADQ and mylocalradio.com at 6:30 this evening, and then watch the match live beginning at 7 o'clock. Rich versus Paiute tonight. The winner of that one will go on to face likely Panguitch in the semifinals. So that's tonight. Looking ahead to tomorrow, state tournament action continues, and we'll broadcast all the Rebel volleyball matches here on KADQ and mylocalradio.com. The Rich Middle School wrestling team, the Royals, start their season tomorrow at Green River beginning at 9 a.m. And the Wyoming Cowboys football team, which we carry here on KADQ, has a bye. Cowboys looking good, I think 6-2 record, and poised to at least compete for a title, a share of the conference title. So go Pokes. Looking ahead to next Monday, there's a PTA parent meeting in the district office at 2 p.m. at Southridge Elementary. Wednesday, Wyoming Cowboys versus Idaho State. Wyoming men's basketball. It gets, they started, I think, actually a couple of days ago, but they continue the season versus Idaho State, and you can tune in live on KADQ. Then also on, that's actually Tuesday, November 5th. Then Wednesday, November 6th, at Rich High School, a Rich Middle School and Rich High School choir concert, 6:30 p.m. in the Rich High School auditorium. Wyoming Cowgirls will be in action versus Colorado Christian next Wednesday night. Pregame's at 6 o'clock. And Wyoming football, of course, the coaches show, radio show is at 7:07 p.m. And then looking ahead to next Thursday, Rich Middle School girls basketball tips off the season versus Green River. That's your Western Ag Credit Roundup calendar. And that'll wrap up our Mound Valley Cattle Company postgame show. Again, Rich takes care of business in 3 straight against the Manila Mustangs. That Roundup calendar brought to you by Western Ag Credit, a lender who understands finance and agriculture. That's Western Ag Credit. Today's broadcast has also been brought to you by The Store, clothing and more. That's next to the Monkey Shines Laundromat in Evanston, Wyoming. Well, thanks for tuning in. This is the Mound Valley Cattle Company postgame show brought to you by Eddie and Todd Jensen out of Thatcher, Idaho. Don't miss our next Rebel broadcast later on today. The Rebels take on the Paiute T-Birds in the quarterfinals. Our pregame coverage will start at 6:30 right here on KADQ and mylocalradio.com. Thanks to KSL and live.ksl.com for the partnership on this broadcast. Thanks to our producer, Preston Bush, back in the studio. I'm Ryan STEINECKERT. We'll talk with you again soon.